ये वीडियो मेरे लिए तो बहुत अमेजिंग होने वाली है बिकॉज थ्रू दिस आई एम गोइंग टू रिलिव द टू मोस्ट एनरिचिंग एंड प्रॉब्ली द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट ईयर्स ऑफ माई लाइफ, दैट वाज फॉर कैट प्रेपरेशन. एंड तब बस एक ही एम था, टू गेट अ वेरी गुड परसेंटाइल एंड टू गेट इनटू अ टॉप बी स्कूल. एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, स्पेशली इन द सेकेंड ईयर जब आपको फिर से सब चीज़ें प्रिपेयर करनी पड़ती है एंड दैट टू फॉर अ वेरी टाइनी मार्जिन. आप किसी भी कंपेरेटिव एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो, जेई हो या यूपीएससी हो या कैट हो, आप ये फीलिंग से रिलेट कर पाओगे. सो इफ यू डू नॉट नो मी, अ ब्रीफ बैकग्राउंड अबाउट माई सेल्फ बिफोर आई गो टू माई जर्नी. सो आई अपीयर्ड फॉर कैट ट्वाइस, कैट 17 एंड कैट 18. कैट 17 में आई स्कोर्ड 99.21 percentile. I did have call from some of the top B schools but not the top 5 IIMs, and I did convert some of them, but I decided to rather go for a job and try for again ABC next year. And next year CAT 18 I scored 99.91 percentile. I had calls from all the top IIMs except IIM Bangalore, and I did manage to convert all of them, and finally I joined IIM Ahmedabad. So मैंने because CAT as a student दिया था final year में and then as a working professional as well, so I can speak from both sides कि आपकी schedule कैसी लगनी चाहिए from both the sides. But again, my CAT 17 में because I already had a 99 percentile, so I was quite well prepared at that time itself. So मैं उस पर focus करूँगा कि मेरी preparation journey कैसी थी. But in CAT 18 as well, it was kind of like a fresh start. But yes, I was not focusing much on theory this time, and CAT 18 I was focusing more on mocks and practice rather than the theory. So वो थोड़ी सी difference आ जाएगी वहाँ पर. But let me acknowledge from both sides of the story as well कि कैसी आपकी preparation journey दिखने वाली है as a student and as a working professional as well. So मैंने CAT preparation शुरू किया था around October November of 2016, that is 1 year before the CAT exam, and serious preparation शुरू किया February 2017 से. So उसके पहले काफ़ी basic थी and काफ़ी slow चल रहा था preparation, but Feb से serious preparation शुरू किया. Every day 3 hours देता था मैं for self study, and उसमें मैं 4 days a week देता था quant में and 3 days combined LRD and verbal. A lot of people prefer differently as well. They study all the subjects on the same day, but I used to prefer studying different subjects on different days. So 4 days मैं quant को देता था and rest 3 days for LRD and verbal combined, and around 3 hours self study हो जाता था. College बहुत ज़्यादा hectic नहीं था and there were some events and regular classes, but engineering थी तो एग्जाम के just पहले पढ़ने से हो जाता था. So I used to get that time. उसके बाद फाइनल एग्जाम के लिए मैंने कुछ टाइम स्टॉप किया था अपना कैट का प्रेपरेशन, एंड आफ्टर थर्ड ईयर मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल गो फॉर इंटर्नशिप्स, बट मैंने डिसाइड किया आई विल डिवोट दैट टाइम फॉर जस्ट फॉर कैट प्रेपरेशन एंड नॉट गो फॉर एनी इंटर्नशिप, एंड आई थिंक दैट वाज अ वेरी गुड डिसीजन एट माई एंड. आई रियली प्रिपेयर्ड अ लॉट इन दोस गैप ऑफ 1 or 2 months दैट आई हैड इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल. एंड उस टाइम मैंने ज्वाइन किया था एक ऑनलाइन कोचिंग iQuanta. उसके पहले मैं ऑफलाइन कोचिंग लेता था, बट मैंने iQuanta के बारे में बहुत सुना था. इट वॉज वेरी न्यू एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम एंड ऑनलाइन कोचिंग वॉज नॉट द नॉर्म in 2017. अभी like it was very pre-COVID period. After COVID it has become the norm now, but उस time online coaching इतनी famous भी नहीं थी and no one rather used to take it. But iQuanta में I heard from some people, some of my friends that suggested that there's this guy Indrajit sir who is like really doing well with quants, and especially for quant के लिए मैंने iQuanta का coaching ले लिया था. सो ये कोचिंग लेने के बाद उनके क्लासेस होती थी अराउंड 3 और आई थिंक 4 days अ वीक, मुझे एक्जैक्टली याद नहीं है, बट 3-4 days होती थी एंड 10 to 12 क्लासेस चलती थी. सो इट वाज वेरी कन्वीनियंट, आई डिड नॉट हैव टू ट्रैवल. एंड मैं एक ऑफलाइन कोचिंग उस टाइम कंटिन्यू कर रहा था, बट मैंने क्वांट के क्लासेस जाना कुछ थोड़ा कम कर दिया था उस ऑफलाइन कोचिंग में. एंड LRDI ऑफलाइन कोचिंग में भी एक और सर थे, दैट इज सौरभ सर इफ आई रिमेंबर द नेम करेक्टली. तो उनका मैं LRDI क्लासेस अटेंड करने जाता था, बट आफ्टर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ही लेफ्ट दैट कोचिंग, so I stopped going to the LRDI classes as well, and offline coaching का frequency कम हो गया. So that meant I had a lot of time for self preparation. 10 to say 12 बस iQuanta का वो classes होता था which I can very conveniently do online, and उसके बाद मेरे पास self preparation का काफ़ी time बच जाता था. And a word for iQuanta, they have launched their CAT 2024 batch. You can find the link in the description. And quant का तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ because Indrajit sir is still there, so their quant quality would have only increased over the years. And LRDI verbal में teachers तब different थे. When I used to study, teachers अभी different है LRDI and verbal के. And you can see the demo classes, they are really doing good with the results, so you can check that out as well. And अगर आप coaching नहीं भी join करते हो iQuanta की, make sure to use some of the free resources that iQuanta has. I had made a separate video on that, so you can use those those free resources, and make sure आप उनका Facebook group तो definitely join कर लो, because that will have a number of people post their doubts. Even you can post their doubts. iQuanta faculty or someone from the CAT community will come and solve your doubts, whatever question you have, even if it's related to some college query, if it's a specific problem that you're not able to solve, you can just post it there and someone will solve your doubt. So you can simply join that. जब CAT 2018 में मैं working था, जब मेरे पास बहुत ज़्यादा time नहीं था, I used to use this group a lot, and मैं जब भी ऑफिस में कुछ टाइम मिलता था, किसी ने कोई क्वेश्चन पोस्ट किया है, I used to just quickly solve it and either just respond to that as a comment. अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो रहा है ओरली तो मैं वो ट्रैवल करते करते वो सॉल्व कर लेता था. सो इट वाज वेरी कन्वीनियंट फॉर मी एज वेल. व्हेन यू आर वेरी वेल प्रिपेयर यू विल स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग अदर्स डाउट एज वेल. एट दिस पॉइंट यू कैन पोस्ट योर डाउट. सो आप वो फेसबुक कम्युनिटी तो डेफिनेटली ज्वाइन कर लेना. Coming back to my journey, it was the same day, every day kind of scenario. 3 hours self preparation होता था, iQuanta की classes attend करता था, and that was it. And मैंने एक चीज़ बहुत अच्छा किया था, that is my first mock जो है वो अप्रैल या मई में दे दिया था. And that was kind of a revelation because I realized that I'm really doing well in terms of studying the theory, but when it comes to solving the problem, that was still kind of a problem in the mocks. And I realized that CAT is a very different kind of an examination very early on. That मैं थ्योरी तो पढ़ लूँगा, एंड अगर आप थ्योरी पढ़ लेते हो तो आप क्वेश्चन तो सॉल्व कर लोगे, बट इट विल टेक यू 5 minutes, माइट टेक यू 10 minutes इफ यू डू नॉट हैव इनफ प्रैक्टिस ऑफ सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चंस. एंड कैट में आप वो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते. यू हैव टू सॉल्व दोज क्वेश्चंस विद इन 2 minutes, अदरवाइज यू विल स्कोर वेरी बैडली, स्पेशली इन LRDI एंड क्वांट. इसलिए मैंने स्ट्रैटेजी में से थोड़ी डिफरेंट की. सेल्फ प्रेपरेशन में मैं अब थ्योरी को थोड़ा कम टाइम देता था, एंड आई स्टार्टेड गिविंग मोर टाइम टू प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. मैं ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करता था, ज़्यादा सेक्शनल्स देता था, एंड आई स्टार्टेड regularly attempting the mocks as well from the month of May itself. And this continued for a while. Every week I used to attempt one mock. From July I think I increased the intensity of these mocks, so 2 or 3 mocks chala jata tha per week, and that really helped me. These mock tests are really useful. And this continued until September, jab final year ki placements aa gayi, so I had to give some time for placement preparation, placement interviews, and luckily I cracked the job very early. So wo September ka hi month gaya bas. From October I again came back fully to CAT preparation and could devote the next 2 months again to CAT preparation alone. So by the time I reached the CAT examination, I had appeared for almost 25-30 mocks that particular season. So that was really useful. And last के कुछ mocks में मैं 99 percentile से ज़्यादा score करने लग गया था. So I was pretty confident about the CAT exam as well. However, things did not go exactly as planned. मैंने अपने strongest section quant में काफ़ी सारे silly mistakes कर दिए. And I was expecting, जब मैं CAT paper देने जा रहा था उसके पहले I was expecting कि मैं 99.7 से ज़्यादा score कर लूँगा, which was required to get a call from IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, but वो नहीं हो पाया. Slightly different हो गया marks, and because of some 2-3 questions my percentile came out to be 99.21, which was not enough to get a call from the top B schools. So that hampered for a while. I still prepared for GDPI. I did appear for the interviews, all the interviews, and I had admit from some of the B schools, but I decided that because I had a job offer, I will go for the job and try for ABC another year. काफी difficult decision at that point of time. Now you know it worked out well, but वो 1 year definitely was very difficult. I started like a fresh preparation from May or June when I joined a new job, and the work hours were definitely hectic. Luckily my teammates in the company were really good, but work hour was obviously long, and I used to get around 1 hour every weekday when I used to come back, study or revise the theory that I had studied, go back to the theory, study everything that I had forgotten as well. And weekday 1 or 2 hour maximum that I used to give, and on the weekends I used to attend 1 mock. Saturday 1 mock, Sunday 1 mock. So it was 3 hours paper at that point of time. So 3 hours of mock and 3 hours of analysis. So every weekend it used to be like 6-7 hours giving the mocks. And definitely it was a very boring schedule. Every day come back, study 1-2 hours a particular topic, and then again on the weekends as well you have to study for 6-7 hours, attend the mocks. Definitely very boring. And but what was most difficult was the thought process that what happens if I do not crack CAT this year as well? What happens if I miss out by a tiny margin again? Especially if you have to go from like something like 99.2 to above 99.8. So the margin of error is really less. So that was the thought process, that again I have to go through the whole process probably next year if I'm not able to crack it this year as well. And that kind of self-doubt creeps in, and those are the aspects which become very difficult in your preparation. And if you're a working professional who is yet to go through the theory of CAT preparation, then I would suggest you every weekday, make sure that you keep your copy, pen, everything ready. After you come back from work, everything is ready, and you just start preparation. Give at least 2 hours to your preparation if you are starting from absolutely basic. That will like really help, and 2 hours is more than enough. On the weekends you can give in more amount of time. Maybe Saturday you can give to theory again, 6-7 hours of theory you can study on Saturday. Sunday you can go for a mock test, and that will be sufficient preparation. So even if you are working professional, it is still possible to crack CAT. And if you're a morning person, obviously you can keep things ready in the night itself, and just before leaving for work, study your theory, and then you can go back for work. And 2 hours I think you can give. Maybe 3 days you give for quant, and 3 days you give for LRDI and verbal preparation, and 1 day you keep like vacant for maybe resting as well, or if you want to attempt a mock, you can keep for that as well. And obviously there will be some leaves that you will be taking, so utilize those leaves for attempting mocks. I know like this 1 year is going to be difficult, especially if you're a working professional. You will have limited time, and maybe all the free time that you get, you have to utilize for your CAT preparation only. And finally CAT 18 happened, and after the exam I was very nervous because I had attempted very few questions, but luckily the paper was really difficult, especially the quant paper in CAT 2018 was very difficult. And even with few attempts I got a very high percentile, finally managed the 99.91 percentile, and happened to get calls from all the other IIMs. After the CAT exam, preparation again for GDPI started, so the rest 3 months after the CAT exam were also pretty hectic. This time I did not want to take any chance while I had all the calls, but I wanted to make sure that my preparation is foolproof. So I prepared well for GDPI as well, cracked all the interviews that I had a call from, and finally managed to join IIM Ahmedabad. So then I went to IIM Ahmedabad, and IIM Ahmedabad ki journey kisi aur video mein. If you think the struggle ended after the CAT exam, it never happens in life. There are the new parameters of success, new criteria set in, the hustle starts all over again, and the same happened in IIM Ahmedabad as well. So wo journey kisi aur video mein. Until then, you can subscribe and see you in the next one.